Okay, so I wanted to do this quick video on alcohol withdrawals because I'm in them. I think I'm in the acute stage. It's been 7 days, uh, and I had been taking 6 milligrams of um, Klonopin, that's a benzodiazepine, for like the past year, and I've been drinking maybe close to a 12 pack a day of 4.2% beer, and then that's Utah beer for you guys that don't know, and they actually rose it to 5% in Utah, and so instead of getting an 8 pack of tall boys or whatever, I just kept, it's like I stepped it up or something, and um, so I guess that kind of really stepped up from last September. Today's September, I don't know what it is, 20 or something. Um, I'll put it in the details, but it's been 7 days. I'm going on day 8, and I didn't start getting the shakes until like yesterday. And the last time I quit, like I've been through this before. I guess the first time I ever quit, I was drinking a 12 pack every other day, and it seemed like I decided, like, one day I was like, fuck man, I better get some sleep tomorrow. And I thought that withdrawals were just basically, I mean, I'd have a hangover and that'd be it. But the next night I couldn't sleep, started getting the shakes, lasted 4 days, lasted really 7 days. It was 4 days before I could get any sleep. So, and my ears were ringing and all that. And there was another time, my cat's bugging me. This all began about 8 years ago. I don't want to make this a long video. I was gonna write this down because since my L-glutamine levels are spiked way high, and it's hard for me to sleep and things, like my brain's just all over the place. So I just want to make this as short as possible to document what I'm going through. I just got off work, so it's dark. I'll go in and try to sleep. I have at another time I had been drinking a 12 pack every other day. I can't drink hard alcohol, by the way. I'm allergic to wood grain alcohol for some reason, because of my genes. Because I'm Norwegian or something. Somebody explained it to me. Anyway, but still, this cat's really big on me. I'm doing this outside so no one can hear me. But I remember I'd gotten in trouble. I'd gotten in trouble, and I had like a week to kind of clean it up before I was going to be getting tested and stuff all the time. So I remember I got off the benzos and alcohol at the same time. It was like 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks because it took about, I thought I'm gonna crash through this with exercise, and I quit, and I figured the next day I'm gonna be, getting the shakes and stuff. Instead, I got up and went to the gym, and for 7 days I just went to the gym, worked out real hard, and I was thinking I beat the sucker, because the first time I ever went through withdrawals, it was like nothing. I mean, it was like right away. It was like 1 week, and it started right away, like the next day after, I decided to quit. And this time it was delayed like 7 days, and it was really bad. Uh, I've see this guy. He's my buddy. He's a little love starved. So I'm getting my times mixed up because I've since gone through it about 4 or 5 times, right? So I've noticed one thing that's similar now. Um, each time that I quit, it's a little bit different, and it depends on your preparations. If you're taking other types of meds, like I acquired benzos, and a year's worth, and just been. I think this is the most I've ever taken, and the last time I quit benzos and quit drinking simultaneously, I was shaking so hard that my arm was shaking. Like, I didn't want my mom to know that I was going through withdrawals. I was helping her with something, and I was unemployed, and I had the fear every day. What? And she gave me some juice, and my arm was shaking, and I pulled my arm in so that it wouldn't shake, and my hand started shaking, and it was just like that. So I remember thinking it'd been like almost 2 weeks into it, and I was thinking if it doesn't get better by tomorrow, if it gets only worse, then I'm gonna have to go to the hospital because I was really having the shakes and the pressure in my head and the ringing in my ears and the insomnia, and I was feeling like I could have a seizure. I really felt like that, like if it got worse, I could have a seizure. And I think I've been hitting it harder this time around than that time a couple times ago. Anyway, it's like I discovered antabuse. They don't tell you about this when they force you to go to AA meetings or any kind of forced counseling. Nobody ever mentions antabuse, which is a drug that you take. You start out with 500 milligrams for a couple days and then break it in half to 250 because it has sort of a cumulative effect. It builds up in your system fast. It has a slow half life, I guess. In fact, if you've been taking antabuse, say just the 250 milligrams a day, if you've been taking it for a month, um, you still can't drink for about 2 weeks after you stop taking it. I've tried. One time I skipped this dose, and I figured I've been taking as much lately, and I've been a good boy, so I got a six pack of Tall Boys, got half of it down, and I was in a parking lot. And I remember writing on a piece of paper a note for the paramedics in case I had a heart attack, because it feels like you've been nerve gassed. If you've ever been nerve gassed, not tear gassed. I mean, it's nerve. Yeah, it's like people say you get sick if you drink on antabuse. Well, you can get that from your doctor easily, or you can obtain it. Right? You can obtain it easily. I obtained it. Uh, so anyway, the other day I figured. So that's what's going on with me, and I figured I don't know when to say that I'm going through withdrawals until I start getting the shakes, and then I can usually time it and it's consistent. What? Did you just bite me? Oh shit. Do you want to say something? Huh? You got something to say? Huh? Stick your butt in my face. Why do cats do that? They stick their butts in your face. Why can't you face me like a dog? You gotta get down. So anyway, the way that it has changed is, if you've been drinking a lot, the acute phase is marked to me by when you get the shakes in your shoulders, and that usually you notice as you try to sleep, and then you're like, ah, here we go. I mean, that's always lasted for about 4 days, and all the 5 times or so I've quit, and then later gone back to it. And now we're in this time where there's the Cocoa Puff virus, because you can't say the real name or you get delisted. So I know from my other sites talking about this. I don't want to be a statistic. I actually have a full-time job, although they cut it by 10 hours. So I would get 30 hours a week. So we're in the middle of September. I figure the economy's about to crash. Who knows what's going to happen with the elections? Who knows what's going to happen next year? I really have some. Don't you get do people get the feeling right now, mid-September 2020, that something bad is about to has happened and is going to happen again, because a lot of people are just living off of their unemployment checks. I never received a stimulus check. I won't go into that. I wasn't eligible. So I'm just working, man, and 7 days into this thing, I just started feeling the shakes on my shoulders, and I haven't slept in like 2 days. I didn't get sleep yesterday, and then 2 days before that, I had 2 days off. I spent the whole 2 days trying to sleep. And I figured I had enough rest to hit this thing full on. I figured I was going into acute withdrawals pretty soon, and sure enough, the next day, boom. So today would be day 2. I still have some benzos, but I stepped it down from 6 milligrams to 4 milligrams, and I'm almost out. And I had to kind of obtain those as well. So I have no way to get more right now, and I prefer to get off that. So the reason why I brought up the Cocoa Puff virus is my motivation to get out of this, because uh, I'm not doing so good at work. I want to be strong. I've gained a lot of weight since I haven't been riding my bike 20 miles a day, to get back and forth to work like I was. And instead, it's only just like not even a mile. I haven't been getting any exercise like that, and I'm working less, and this job's a lot easier, and it's just, and being really worried about this Cocoa Puff virus, has caused me to become one of the statistics where I stepped it up because, out of fear and boredom, I guess. And before I knew it, I'd gained a bunch of weight, and things started getting more difficult at my job, and it's like mental gymnastics. It's still not as hard as the last place I came from, but it's not that much easier. They actually really load me up with work. So with most jobs, it's like you're hoping that the quicker you learn your job, the better you get at it. You want to learn it and get good at it quick so that it's not as difficult, right? With this job, I'm a line cook, so it gets more and more difficult. It The more you learn, the more responsibility, the more they work you with fewer employees. So a lot of these employees just said, "Screw this, man! I'm taking the unemployment and I'll just work once a day if I can." And so it's been hard getting people to come to work. Um, and they cut our hours. So in Utah here, I'm in Salt Lake, Utah, we were open till 12 midnight every night and then all night on the weekends. And now every night we have to close at 8 o'clock p.m. And instead of opening at 6 a.m., we have to open up at 7 a.m. So they cut our hours and we have to social distance people in this stupid thing. I'm so sick of this and the mask and all that. So the more I look at it, I feel like I'm a statistic. I'm like, now that everybody's doing it, and I notice other people at my job are going downhill. This lady just died, I think. She had liver failure. Um, that was like, I don't know if she's probably dead now. They gave her 9 months, and it's been close to that. And she had stopped working like 6 months ago. Probably not even that. Like 5. So we're in mid-September, and I'm wanting to get strong and be clear-headed, and I can barely maintain. Like I said, they moved up the beer to 5%, and I just started doing it like every day, and I get up every day and I go, oh God, I wish I hadn't done that, right? And so anyway, I still had this antabuse left over. I'd ordered I'd got like a ton of it. And so like immediately and I was going around my room. Okay, so anyway, about a week ago I was like, I better just make this be it, because I had been hitting it hard 2 weeks ago. So at the end of the week I thought, ah, I better just do it, man. Like we better just I keep saying I'm not gonna do it when I get off work and then doing it. So I better been more than 10 hours, like 12 or something like that, and I just said fuck it, and then took an antabuse, and I only had 12 of these suckers, 500 milligrams or 500 milligrams, and you can break those in half easily. I mean, really, it's 250s is way plenty, way plenty. They make you kind of tired, so there's some motivation. I mean, they make you weak, so you think that, oh yeah, not gonna get any sleep. You have these acute withdrawal symptoms, they'll help out, but they actually make it worse, kind of. Other things that make it worse are caffeine, energy drinks. For some reason, they last like 24 hours, man, when you're in acute withdrawal from alcohol. So uh, it's like your L-glutamine levels spike, and your GABA keeps your L-glutamine down, or calms you down, or whatever. It takes a lot longer for those levels to rise than it does the L-glutamine, which spikes, and that's what makes your brain go all crazy. So there's a number of supplements you can take. Magnesium's a good one. I've been experimenting with that. I've been doing a lot of research and stuff. So I bought this. I ran across bulksupplements.com, and they actually sell a product that says it's GABA. And I read a bunch of stuff on it that says that just the GABA supplements are bullshit. So, because I was thinking, well, shit, man, if my GABA levels are like way down, and that's why I can't sleep, and why don't I just take that before I go to bed and go through the withdrawals? Because shit usually only lasts 6 hours, right? So go through the withdrawals when I'm awake. So I thought maybe that would sustain me since I'm running out of Klonopin. I only have enough for a couple more days. I got like maybe 4 left. And even though I only cut my daily intake of benzos down from 6 milligrams a day to 4 milligrams a day. I'm still getting the shakes because of the alcohol itself. So what's going to happen as I'm going through? I imagine this is going to last at least 4 or 5 days. With the shakes and not being able to sleep. And what's going to happen when I run out of this, these benzos, this Klonopin here tomorrow? So it's going to hit me like a ton of bricks. But that's fine, I just don't want to have to go to no hospital, have no seizures. But like, I haven't hit it this hard in any time that I've ever in the last 8 years, and I've had some pretty bad bouts of withdrawal. And like I said, they don't tell you about anti-abuse, but that makes you quit, man. If you get it from your doctor, they're careful, because some people who drink hard alcohol, well, everybody tries to drink while they're like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna see if I can drink. I don't know, first time around, that's all you need is one time around. But if you could die, if if you drink a couple glasses of whiskey while you're on antabuse. I mean, your heart would explode. I mean, it does. It makes your heart beat real fast, and your eyes feel like they're gonna blow out of their sockets, and your skin turns completely red, and your tongue gets big, and you can't breathe, and it's like, and you do shake. It is like being nerve gassed. That's how I. Anyway, so what else? There are some supplements you can take to, calm yourself, but I haven't. I bought a bunch of them, and they seem to work before I started my withdrawals. So that's kind of what I'm getting ready for. But we'll see, I guess, as long as I don't die. So I just wanted to announce it's been 7 days, going on day 8, and on the 7th day I started getting the shakes. That was this morning when I was trying to sleep. So it's like 10 o'clock at night. Oops, what happened here? And I don't have to be in bed till 3. So you want to know what it's like, for you guys that have been through it. You're watching somebody who's just begun the acute stage. Yeah, it takes me about a week to get into it, and then another week to slowly get out of it. Plus the benzos, getting off of that is at the same time is actually horrible. And instead of drinking a 12-pack every other day, it's been like almost every single day. Sometimes I'll alternate it between the 4.2% Mormon beer that you can buy at the grocery store. You just have to know where they sell. They never say what's the percentage is. But 7-Eleven's all 5% now. So either way, it's still been a lot more than I've ever done. And I've been taking a lot more benzos than I ever have. So I'm bracing myself for some pretty harsh withdrawals, and I can't, since I'm on antabuse, I can't just say, fuck, this is just too much, like with the shaking and all that, and just, go get some beer just to stop that. You can't do that. You can't skip a dose and then expect to be able to go have a beer to stop the acute withdrawal symptoms, which I expect will be like delirium tremens. Well, there's some other things you can do. So like I guess magnesium's good, and I take all these vitamins and stuff, but see how it goes. So here I am. I look normal, huh? I seem kind of like normal because I just got off work and I'm not shaking yet. It's not bad yet. It's just I'm in the insomnia stage, and the beginning of the shaking started when I tried to relax last night. So I hope this helps somebody, at least to know that there's antabuse that'll force you to quit. And I wanted to document that I'm doing it so that I can show people and say, like, I fucking did it. I'm still alive. Already I can tell I'm doing better at my job, and man, I want to get ready to. I feel like I'm gearing up for a fight here. I can't maneuver on. What do you want? I can't maneuver on the fly, doing malicious stuff. if I'm fucking shit faced, I'd rather come home and go to bed and get up in the morning and get up a few hours before work, and then go to work, get some things done and then go to work. But as it has been, I've been coming home from work around 8:30 and then get shit faced for 4 hours and then go to bed if I can, and then get up right before I have to go to work. So it's kind of like I'm stuck, man. I can't do anything, so I pretty much have to, and I just don't like being part of this Cocoa Puff virus stigma of people who have stepped up, alcoholism and other drugs. But yeah, if you want to quit, you want to force yourself, and you're really serious about it, you can take antabuse. And it's good if you have someone to help you, where they watch you take it every day before you leave, something like that, certain time. But I'm like self-motivated here, so I guess I'm not that self-motivated if I have to take this kind of shit. But the side effects of this aren't that good. You get the brain fog and stuff like that. So before I leave for work, I take D-phenylalanine. Say that 10 times fast, right? And that produces like adrenaline in your brain, kind of like. And I take tyrosine. So D-phenylalanine helps produce dopamine for people who have had damaged their dopamine structures. It kind of wakes your brain up So, and I've been taking L-theanine, which helps you concentrate. They put that in energy drinks to make you focus. It's supposed to make you focus and calm down. I don't understand, because it doesn't seem like it does that. It just perks me up. So I reverse engineered energy drinks, but the stuff through bulk supplements, yeah, a teaspoon here and a teaspoon there. And I take my magnesium. So every day it's a teaspoon of D-L-phenylalanine, a teaspoon of tyrosine, a teaspoon of magnesium citrate, right? Magnesium citrate, and a teaspoon of L-theanine. By the way, D-L-phenylalanine produces tyrosine, so you don't really have to take tyrosine with it. Tyrosine is like a precursor to ephedrine and neuroephedrine. So if you want to just stick with the D-L-phenylalanine, that's fine. That'll like make you feel, it all brings you out of the brain fog that the withdrawals put you in. So it's like I get up and I'm like tired. I'm like going, oh fuck, man, I got the shakes and everything, and you're like, fuck, man. I take that shit and it just like throws me into another universe, and I'm ready to go. And then by the time I get home, I just can't wind down. It's usually hard, so I've been drinking all this time. But these supplements, they still work good for. They've been working good for this post withdrawal situation where I haven't been able to sleep, just by helping me focus and reducing brain fog. So I'll maybe get more into that, what's been helping me, and I've got this other stuff ready to go for when I run out of the Clonopin tomorrow, I think. So it's like chamomile, melatonin, like all this stuff. So all right, so I'll get you again. Like, and we close with the kitty cat that keeps clawing at me.